Hi, David here, CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. When I hear the people use the word retirement, I really pull back hard. Now, I realize it's been a term that's been used for decades and decades, generations actually. The word retirement, working hard all your life at some career, job, profession, and then someday retiring to live the good life, I suppose, is what people always thought. And that was true back in the Industrial Revolution when people often worked factory jobs, hard work, and at a certain age, then they retired out and they had that pension plan. Many people didn't live much beyond that, not because of necessarily bad health, just because there was no purpose or meaning in life, which is why I don't like the word retirement. But back to retirement. Rather than retirement, what about just evolving in life? What about taking different phases of life? And to do that, you really have to be replacing the income that you make by trading your time for dollars. Wherever you start in life, I started, well, like most people did, just doing odd jobs before I even had any degrees or licenses, just to make enough money to pay, put gas in the car and oil and change the tires from time to time and pay the rent and utilities. But once I got a license to actually earn greater income, which should be the goal of everybody, to increase their productivity, increase the value. While doing that, I also started buying assets. In fact, I started buying assets that produced cash flow back before I actually had my license to produce dentistry. Yeah, I was producing cash flow before I had a license to do dentistry. And I did dentistry for a number of years, but the whole time I was buying more assets because I saw the light. I saw how these assets producing income, that once I had the asset, I never had to go back and produce that income again. I could have the asset, I could change the asset, I could add more assets, but as long as I kept the assets, like the golden goose that produces the eggs. Never want to kill off the golden goose, just keep the eggs coming. And yes, it takes some diligence. Someone's got to manage the assets. You can do that. I did that for many years when I was younger and was more open to trading my time for that type of building of assets, and it made sense. Today, I invest through other people who do all the management. Do I get a little bit lesser return? Well, yes, financially I'd get a lesser return, but on my time, oh no, my time has exploded. And that's my point. Evolving life to where you don't have to put the time in to do the work that you do, unless you want to do the work. You get to choose what you want to do. You get to evolve to a greater state of purpose in your being. That's what assets allow you to do. I don't understand why more people don't wake up to this. And even going back to Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, wrote about this in that book, or his Four Quadrants book. The fundamentals. Now, how you do it, it's a different story. It's what I love about the group and the community that we have called Freedom Founders. It's for professional practice owners, healthcare professionals who want to create that same freedom in their life and pass that on to their next generation, so that their kids, their grandkids, can still have the same outlook in life. Choose what you want to do. Choose what you're passionate about, but build the assets, acquire the assets that allow you to have true freedom. It's all based on cash flow. No more retirement. It's all about evolving. Take care, and I'll see you next time.